don't you put that over there, Smokey? Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tumbleweed Theater, out west with film from the Iowa Equestrian Center at Kirkwood. Got one of our better westerns here, one of our bigger budget westerns, McLintock, directed by Andrew McLaglen. Andrew McLaglen, if you don't know much about him, he made a lot of westerns in the 60s. He was sort of I call him John Ford Jr., and the junior part should really be stressed. He was not as good a director as John Ford, for sure. But he did make some really nice westerns.
This being one of them.
This being one of them. Rare Breed, Shenandoah, Cahill, U.S. Sheriff, Marshal. U.S. Marshal. And he was the son of Victor McLaglen. Victor McLaglen was a character actor, always played the Irish with a heavy brogue, and was in a lot of John Ford films. And he was one of my favorite actors. Speaking of one of the big actors of all time, of course, this is John Wayne. Mm-hmm. And this reteams him up with Maureen O'Hara. And they have one of those, love-hate relationships that they played so often together in, starting with, Rio Grande, which is one of my favorite of the Cavalry trilogy films that John Ford produced. Likewise, they were in The Quiet Man together and Wings of the Eagles, which were all three John Ford films. This teams the two of them together again, and they do have that, battle it out type of thing. This is, some people call this the taming of the shrew out west. And it kind of fits, and I think you could almost put that to all of the films that those two appeared together in. John Wayne plays a guy named George Washington McLintock, and at this time he is in the patriarch period of the kind of roles that he plays. He plays a very large, well-respected man who kind of has to battle with the government, the crooked government. We kind of saw that with Roy Rogers back in Under Western Stars. This is 1963. This is kind of early for him in some ways of his later patriarchal roles, but it is gives Wayne a nice kind of a arena to work within and play with other kind of characters. A lot of comic bits in this film. Some people don't give John Wayne enough credit as an actor. Some people argue he only plays himself. I say that myself sometimes. But I think that he, in this film, does a nice job. There's a nice element of being both a hard-bitten Western and being a comedy at the same time.
It works pretty well.
Oh, it sure does. And there is certainly this feel that Wayne certainly has created this persona that is the John Wayne persona. But it is one that is created. And you can see that creation really start, I think, earlier in things like Red River, and particularly put on display most remarkably in The Searchers. One fantastic film. The film was photographed by William Clothier. And William Clothier shot a lot of different kinds of westerns. He shot Rio Lobo for Howard Hawks and Horse Soldiers for John Ford. He also shot for, Wilder in Killers from Space and Phantom from Space.
Those are some good ones.
Oh, those are my favorites. You just really got to kind of work hard to keep me away from watching films like that. They were remarkable. Well, have a little bit of fun with this film. McLintock, it's one of our longer films. Likewise,
over 2 hours.
Oh yeah. It's poking up there over the 2-hour moment. And likewise, it is a big production film. If you like the Andrew McLaglen type of production, he was well respected in Hollywood. He was, along with John Sturges at this time, creating some of the best of the films that were to be the latter day westerns. This is a period when the western's starting to go down a little bit, and it's going to revive after the Wild Bunch period comes along. And today, one wonders where the western is as a genre. You don't see a lot of...
Pretty subdued right now.
Yes, it is. It's more of in its television mode. We see some good television productions, but I'm not sure if the western ever really can die.
They'll always bring it back in one form.
I think so. There are two genres, I think, that are perennial in film, and that is the horror genre and the western. There will always be horror films, and there will always be westerns of some variety or another. Just watch Gangs of New York. Scorsese calls that his Eastern Western. If you have a chance to go out and see that film, I know what he's talking about. It really strikes you with a Leone type of feel. Well, folks, Smokey and I have been enjoying bringing these films to you this McLintock is a remarkable little film. Little?
Pretty long.
Oh, no, yeah. They can't call this little. This is one of our best productions. Shoot us an email. We're out here at the Iowa Equestrian Center having a heck of a good time. Why don't we roll up, Smokey?
Oh, that's
Yep,
me again.
yep. Okay. Don't want him to grab that hat. See you later, folks.